YouTube family, what is going on? Oh, Joe, here we go. YouTube family, what is going on? Welcome back to the video. Welcome back to the channel, I should say, man. I want to thank everybody for tapping in and tuning in to the channel, man. If you are new here, we got a lot of car content on this channel, and you are in the right place for car stuff. So make sure you go ahead, drop a comment, like, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel once you're here for the long haul. And I want to thank all my returning viewers for continuously to rock with me on this YouTube journey. I gotta thank y'all every video, man. So thank you guys. You guys are the real MVP when it comes to this thing. So I'm not gonna hold you too long. I say that all the time, but let's go ahead and get into the topic of today's video. We see the title and we see the thumbnail, man. So this is what we got, man. So this is gonna tie into the end of the V8s and Hellcats and stuff like that. So we already know 2023 is the last year that Dodge will be having the Hellcat lineup, right? And we know they're going EV in the future, so that means eventually, hopefully you guys can hear me over there, there's all some kind of, yeah, y'all, we'll be all right. So we know that EV is going to be the future. We can't stop it. We can't do anything about it at all whatsoever. It's coming whether we like it or not. And one thing that's been kind of like lost in the shuffle of this whole the future is electric type of thing is like when the V8s are gone and what have you, other things will be gone too, right? And it looks like Dodge has already started to pull the plug on some of the stuff that makes, you know, the muscle car era the true muscle car era, man. So this is what we're talking about. So I was on Dodge.com, as I'm I just on there just looking like I already know what I'm getting, my orders are in, but I just be on there just checking things out, right? Just seeing what's on there. And I noticed, and I had to go back a few times on this to make sure I wasn't tripping, but I noticed the Hellcats, 2022 Hellcats, the narrow body and the wide body, you are no longer able to get the 6-speed option for it. You cannot get that, and I thought I was tripping. So I went back to 2021. It's there. I mean, we all know that anything above a Hellcat, such as the red eyes, the super stocks, the demons, we all know those never came with the manual option. That's understandable. But the Hellcats were always the one that you can get a manual option. I said plenty of times on the channel that I love the manuals. You know, I have one in my RT, and to me, it just makes the car, it does it for me when it comes to driving, right? But it looks like Dodge is done with it. They're done with the 6-speed manuals, at least in the Hellcat. So I made sure, I went through the other trims, because you can only get them on the V8 model, such as the Scat Packs, and you can get it on the RTs, the 5.7 RTs. They're still there for those cars, but when it comes to the Hellcats, they have taken them away. I'm not sure why on that. But a couple things with the manual, man. I know one thing is the driving experience with the manual, but there also, if you do decide to get a manual, the manual tends to be like a couple $1,000s cheaper than getting the automatic. I know the automatic's gonna be the biggest seller, they're the most convenient. A lot of people don't want to buy automatic. I mean, a manual, be sitting in traffic, having to get stuck, trying to change gears and stuff of that nature. I get that, I understand that, that's all good and whatnot. But me, I'm with it. I'm with all that. Like if I'm in traffic with a manual, it's cool because I know when I'm driving, I'm having fun with it, like doing these downshift, doing that stuff. All that stuff is fun to me. But when I saw that the 2022 Hellcats no longer have a manual, I was kind of shocked, because I know for a fact, like I looked at this like when they first dropped the 2022 lineup, that you could get the manual in the Hellcat. So recently they have decided to pull the plug on this. I'm not sure why. At first I was thinking maybe it's a shortage or something like that, but someone correct me if I'm wrong, the 6-speed manual in the Hellcat is pretty much the same as in the Scat Packs and as in the RTs. There's not really a difference there. So it's not a issue of supply, they just took them down. So now I'm thinking like, it's about to get real. It's really about to get real, man. Dodge is starting to pull the plug on stuff. So what does that mean for us, to the consumer, for Dodge going forward, and anyone that may be in the market to try to get one? To me, honestly, if you already have a Hellcat that's a 6-speed, my advice to you would be to make sure you hold on to that thing, because you're not going to get another one unless you're going to used car market to find one. You're not getting another one. And with these not being in production anymore, maybe that will impact the cost of the manuals on the used car market, because we all know how supply and demand works. When supplies start drying up and start getting more scarce, the demand goes up. When demand goes up, prices go up as well. I mean, it's simple economics. I mean, that's how it has to happen. That's how it always happens, and that's how it will always continue to happen. So Does that mean manuals go up in price? Yeah, I think they will go up in price some, because you're not going to be able to find one as much. They're already rare. I mean, granted, not everyone's looking for one, but for those people that are looking for one, you may start seeing an increase in price because they're no longer in production, as it appears. Will this be temporary? I don't know. I mean, Dodge has not said anything about taking that away. I mean, if they have, let me know. I haven't seen anything anywhere that says Dodge is taking this away. Maybe it's a temporary thing. Maybe it's something special with the 6-speed manuals when it comes to the Hellcats, that they had to temporarily stop that. For those of you that have a 2022 on order and you did it with the manual, you may have a pretty rare car now just because of that fact alone. I mean, they was already few and far between when it comes to manual cars in the Hellcat variant, but now the fact that they didn't stop the production on them, I think it's probably, it made your car a whole lot more valuable in my eye. I mean, not the people that drive the automatics. No, nothing against you guys. You know, I'm a manual guy throughout. Even though this is my first manual car, I'm talking like I came out the womb driving the manual, stuff like that. That's how I am. But it definitely is. It's starting to hit for real. And we know with EVs, when those come out, they're not gonna have manuals in EVs unless they think of some crazy system to put a manual in an EV. I don't see them doing it, but you know, that is always a possibility if they decide to go do that or go that route. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably watching, it's like, man, we don't really care about the manuals. People buy the automatics, that's what everyone buys. That is true, but I will say this, and I'm not taking a dig at people that like automatics. I will say this, I know for a fact automatics are way faster than manual. I can shift quick, but I can't outshift the computer, no matter how hard I try. You can't deny that having a manual in a car is part of the nostalgia of muscle cars and sports cars in general. A lot of the early Ferraris, Lamborghinis had gated manuals. Hold on, don't come in my lane, please don't do that. A lot of the, like I said, early muscle cars had manuals. Pretty much every muscle car had a manual, right? A lot of early race cars and stuff had the manual transmission. When I mean manual, I'm not talking about the paddle shifters, guys. That, to me, that's not a manual. Dual clutch transmissions, those are not manuals, right? That's not the same. When I mean manual, I'm talking about a gated shifter, a clutch pedal, and all that. When like a new car comes out, having a manual option is always a plus for car enthusiasts. For example, the new CTSV Blackwing comes in the manual. That was their biggest selling point. It comes in the manual. Like the 400Z, the Nissan 400Z, if I make sure I got the number right, comes with a manual. That was one of the biggest things. A lot of people like that. It comes with the manual. The Supra, I heard that's supposed to be coming out with a manual as well. When it didn't have the manual, you know what people said? It needs to have the manual because the original Supra had a manual in it. Well, yeah, I think the original it did have a manual. Also, the 90s version, which is the most popular version of the Supra. I'm not gonna say the numbers because I'm not 100% sure the numbers of the MK4 or MK5, something like that. Don't roast me on that. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head with that. But having the manual, like, it's always a plus. Having that option, whether you buy it or not, it's just good to have that option. I can't tell you how many times like people just gave me a compliment because of the car having a manual. Like, and it's a manual too. Like, no matter what the trim is, they say it's a manual, and people like respect it a little bit more. I'm not saying I don't have respect for automatic drivers. I mean, I know they're faster, I get it, but I'm just saying the manual is just a different level, different like experience while driving a car. You can have an automatic car and a manual car. You drive them both, the manual is a totally different experience. And if you guys don't understand, trust me, just driving the car is different, man. It's totally different. Anytime I'm in a car that's an automatic, I should say, it just doesn't feel the same to me. I'm so used to grabbing gears, hitting the clutch and things of that nature that it's kind of second nature to me. And I kind of miss I would miss having that in a car if I didn't have it, right? It's starting to really hit, man. It's starting to really hit. Like, Dodge is taking away options, and it looks like the manuals are the first to go when it comes to Hellcats. Now, I'm not sure what it means for the Scat Packs and the RTs, but if you're on the fence about whether you get a manual or automatic, I would say this: when the V8s are gone, you won't have a choice. It's going to be automatic. It will be automatic. There's no way around it. They're just not going to do a manual electric car. So I would get the manual, because now you got something even rare on top of the V8, right? So let me hear your thoughts on that, guys. I love the manuals. I know they're not as fast as the automatics, but still, doing this right here, doing that right there, it's not the same as doing an automatic. I get it. I understand. I got it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, man. I want to hear what you guys think about it. Do you care that the manuals are gone, right? I know not everybody's gonna care. I care. So let me know if you care. Let me know your thoughts about it. Like I said before, as always, thank you for tuning in to the channel. We're gonna catch you on the next one. We are out. Cut it.